Let's continue Snowflake integration with Python. In this, we are going to discuss how to connect and send SQL statements to Snowflake using Python API. Is this API contain what are predefined functions, classes, etc. So we are going to discuss it. So it contains multiple predefined functions. Mostly these 7 important functionalities. So first one in this model, let me take one example. So Snowflake hyphen connector hyphen connect function. Snowflake hyphen connector hyphen connection function. Okay, this function we pass Snowflake details to Snowflake properties. Here we pass Snowflake properties. So that by using those properties, it will create a connection between your Python application and Snowflake, return a connection object. Okay, first we need to create a connection object. Once we got a connection object, from connection object, we have to get a cursor object to send SQL statements, to read results from SQL statements. We need to get a cursor object. So once we got connection, we can use a cursor function. We will get a connection object. Okay, we got a connection. Now, now we want to send SQL statements. This cursor contains multiple functions. Cursor dot execute. You can send SQL statements. Cursor dot execute many. Let's say you have multiple insert queries or multiple statements, SQL statements. Then you can use execute many to send such kind of so next one, let's understand. We connect function 1, cursor function 2, and 3 SQL sending SQL statement functions. Total 5 functions we discussed. Next one, Tim. Sixth function is total changes. Connection dot total changes. You may send insert query. You may send delete query. You may send update query. With that query, how many rows are affected or modified, deleted? You want to know. Just you can use total changes function from connection. It will return a count. Another function tip. So this one is sixth function. Seventh function and eighth function is very, very, very important. Let's say from one Snowflake, you are doing transaction to another Snowflake, or within the Snowflake, you want to execute some SQL statements. If final statement is executed successfully, I want to run commit. Otherwise, I want to cancel all these operations. Then we have rollback function. For transaction management, we have commit function, rollback function. Okay, clear, right? So 6, 7, 8. Next one. Let's say you send select query from your Python to Snowflake. Let's say you used select star from table name. Then let's say your table contain 100 rows. Then it will return 100 rows to your Python program back as a result. Once we got result, then I want to read one by one. Fetch one. So it will read one record at a time. Fetch many. You can specify how many records you want. Fetch all. It will return all results returned by Snowflake. Then, then 9th, 10th, 11th function. And very important two functions is 12th and 13th. You opened cursor object. You opened connection object, right? It is recommended to release the connections because some data warehouse supports limited connection objects. It depends upon the data warehouse to data warehouse, RDBMS to RDBMS. So it is highly recommended to release cursor, release connection object once your work is done. Because of this, maybe some other may be in waiting queue, they will get chance to connect Snowflake. So it is recommended. But mainly in our Snowflake side, we never get connection issues, but still it is recommended to use cursor.close and connection.close. Okay. So these are predefined functions we are going to use in our Snowflake integration with the Python implementations. Okay. Yeah.